Change is coming. But are we ready? Imagine a man. The year is 1860. London. The sun is going down. He picks up his long pole, tucks his ladder under his arm, and begins his journey. Street by street, lamp by lamp, he climbs, strikes his flame, and moves on. Behind him, the city glows like a trail of fallen stars. He has done this for 20 years. His father did it before him. He is a Leary, a lamplighter. And he has absolutely no idea that just a few miles away in a laboratory, scientists had already figured out how to push electricity into a wire. The technology was ready. The lamps just weren't changed yet. Reverend Monsignor, Reverend Fathers, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, our dear graduates. When the Industrial Revolution arrived, it didn't knock. It just walked in. Nobody gathered those lamplighters in a hall or held a ceremony to warn them. Change was coming. But were they ready? Fast forward to our times. Just a few years ago, when I was in grade 5 here at SJS, our science teacher asked us to do a research about the planets. Back then, we didn't have Google. We didn't have computers yet, and definitely not a phone in hand. To research anything in English, we had exactly 2 options. And parents, if you remember, please help me out. We had Britannica and Americana. ذكرتون? In our house, we had a Britannica. So I opened the heavy volume, found my planets, read through it. It was good information. But I kept thinking, maybe the Americana had something better. So I went next door. I borrowed the Americana from our neighbors, spent the next 5 days comparing notes, created my draft. 2 more days copying into the large cardboard. I drew some planets on it, and I sent it for grading. The grade, خلينا نتخطى. مثل ما بنتي جانا دايما بتقول بدنا نتخطى. Let's just blame the handwriting. I think the teacher preferred Times New Roman handwriting, and I only wrote wingdings. عرفتوه هيدا الفونت؟ Double fast forward until just few months ago. One of my kids had a presentation, and listen carefully. After just 5 minutes with AI, pages and pages of information, analysis, statistics, projections, compiled into a beautiful presentation with HD images of planets taken from different angles from space. 5 minutes, and the presentation was ready for submission. Spend 2 more minutes, you can have a website for your project. 5 more, a mobile app. The AI finished its work in 5 minutes, but I spent the next 5 days trying to accept what had just happened. This is huge. And this is just the beginning. A new revolution has started. Change is coming. But are you ready? By a show of hands, who thinks we are ready? Who thinks we are not ready? ولا هي ولا هي. Nice. If you look at the surface, it's easy to feel anxious. Change is fast this time, and maybe painful to some. But let's look a little closer. AI can write. AI can design. AI can analyze in seconds. But AI cannot have courage. AI cannot lead. AI cannot stand in front of a room with shaking hands and choose to keep going. Here's the truth. The world may not be ready, but I believe you are, and I will tell you how. When you stood on that theater stage for drama, your voices shaking in the spotlight, you weren't learning to act. You were learning courage. At MUN, exhausted but still negotiating, still listening, still fighting for a resolution, you weren't playing a game. You were learning leadership and negotiation. When you put on that scout uniform, taking responsibility for a child that is younger than you, you weren't just earning a badge. You were learning what it really means to be prepared. Think of the never-ending hours you practiced for the TEDx stage, the voices discovered in the Toastmasters YLP, the late nights for Dimensions and You magazine, the diplomacy, the student council, the SOTI, prom committee, AI classes, music college, sports academy, and many more. 15 years passed like it was a lucid dream. While you were busy living your school life, SJS was quietly shaping you into something no algorithm can ever manufacture. A well-rounded, sophisticated, cultured human being, a soul anchored in faith and Catholic values. This, my friends, is readiness. This is a vision worth celebrating. This didn't happen by accident. It happened because our school imagined the kind of person the future would need and then spent 15 years shaping you into exactly that. Graduates, please rise. Let's do this together. To the visionaries of SJS, the minds and hearts who looked beyond exams and grades, who saw not just students, but future leaders, future lights in a changing world, let's give them the applause worthy of that vision. And before you sit down, there is one more group we cannot forget. Your biggest supporters, the people who woke up early, stayed up late, drove you, waited, encouraged, prayed, sacrificed, and stood by you through every season. Graduates, turn around. Give your families the big round of applause of the night. Please, take your seats. Tomorrow, you walk across the stage, and we will applaud you. The final moments as students, but as one chapter closes, another one opens. The alumni family, ready to receive you. The whole network, wherever life takes you. Beirut, Dubai, Doha, Paris, London, New York. You will always find someone who walked these same corridors, sat in these same classrooms, and shared similar stories. This is what it means to be part of the SJS family. Don't walk alone. Stay connected and stay involved. Graduates, I invite you to be the lamplighter, but with open eyes. Because being a lamplighter was never about the pole, the ladder, and the flame. It was about bringing light so that others could see the way forward. The tools will change, the ground will shift, but the world will always need people who can bring the light. Change is coming. But you are no longer waiting for change, because you are the change makers.
Thank you, President, for your insightful word.